Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pamax Podcast. I'm Pandita Rules.
Exars, Killua, whatever you want.
I'm Maniac.
Yas. So we're here.
It's just awkward because it has been so long since we've actually recorded.
I think the last time we recorded was in like November, December, and now we're heading into March. We're heading into March.
Dang. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah,
Also,
it's
one
been-
thing I noticed, I've been watching the Cortex podcast recently, and we have to try and we can't laugh really hard, cause remember, the people are listening to this, so we can't laugh so hard.
Just yeah, we can't just go to jail for ear rape.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
our
We need
first
to,
order of business.
Our voices need to be calmer.
Okay, so we have
So,
we have
First thing we need to discuss.
is the
Pandita has a broken leg.
yes, we have to discuss the broken foot in the room. That's a really bad
And
metaphor.
can we talk about the elephant in the room?
No, because there's no elephant in the room. So.
Yeah, Jerry can wait his turn.
Yeah, Jerry can wait until next episode.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what to
I
do.
haven't seen you on Skyblock recently.
Yeah, I kind of been grounded.
Oof.
Alright, anyway.
Yeah.
Uh, um, so yeah, try not to laugh as hard. Well, try not to laugh hard, like we used to, cause, yeah.
Yawns.
It's gonna make it sound bad, and in the Cortex podcast, everyone was really calm and stuff. So, try to be calm and don't just laugh hard.
All right, so we should probably
that.
we should probably explain what even happened. Like what happened.
Yeah, so we went skateboarding and then...
So basically, yeah, I basically, Killua has been skateboarding for years at this point, years, I don't know how many, but just years. And then I started skateboarding. I'm not a pro skater because I literally only skated for a week before this happened.
And you didn't really stand up either.
2 weeks.
I never
2
really-
weeks, or maybe a month.
I never even learned how to stand
I
up.
don't know.
I would just
Before we just used Killua's skateboards, but
Yeah,
we
now
actually
they
got some
actually-
of our own.
we got our
And then
own.
when we buy some of our own,
And then immediately after we got our own, this is what happens. So, basically, after that, well,
Yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna go skateboarding again.
yeah, well, after that, after we started skating, I just, get on the skateboard, sit down on, the second, the back pairs of the nails, or whatever those things are. I have no idea. And then I just sit down on the driveway and I just ride down the driveway. And I did that. We did that for hours. And
It was really fun.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Although we kind of completely destroyed my parents' backyard, my parents' front yard.
Front yard.
We kind of completely destroyed it.
Yeah, set off a few nukes, that's all.
Yeah, don't worry. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't even classified as a World War II battlefield, so I think we're fine.
Yeah.
And then one day so then one day your dad's just like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to the skateboard park? With masks, of course, because we're not Karens." And so basically
quarantine.
quarantine. And then
because of the whole
yeah.
global pandemic going,
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know what that was. I'm just kidding.
I don't think anyone really. I like to think that there's just that one 3-year-old out there that just doesn't know because his parents never told him.
Yeah, they're just yeah, you're being homeschooled and you're never going outside.
You're never going outside. We'll tell you when you can go outside again. Then imagine how many breakdowns you would have because honestly, if you're 3, you probably wouldn't get it even if they did tell you. Because I'm if a kid goes, "No, I don't want to wear my mask," and starts throwing a tantrum about it, I'd understand because it's a kid. they don't even understand what this thing is about. So
yeah,
like
they're probably like, oh, it's a zombie apocalypse.
yeah, actually that'd be a nice way to actually get them to wear the mask. And so like if any parents are out there, like you can just take it on.
I don't think any parents are gonna watch this.
Yeah, I know. Take it with a soon-to-be teen, with on the internet.
Yeah.
Speaking of internet, I think we all reached, or me and Pandita reached a milestone recently.
Oh yeah, I reached
70.
I reached 80.
No, Pandita reached 80, and I reached 35. Which I'd say is pretty good.
Anything, because I haven't streamed in forever. By the way, I don't do YouTube anymore. Go follow my Twitch, sir. No, I'm just kidding. But
Same.
actually, put it in the description. I don't do YouTube.
In the description, yeah, there's gonna be a Twitch.
Well, you got 35 followers on Twitch.
No, I have like 10 followers, but I have 35 subscribers.
And so, then we go to the park, and then we just like go. Like there's a sidewalk, and it's just basically it's a turn sidewalk, and then it just goes really, really down. And then basically what happens? Yeah, it goes fast. And then I see
read down.
I see
fine, skirted out of control. You know, a little bit.
Yeah. So then what?
And then
so what happened was
Maniac goes down.
Yeah. Basically, I tried
It's
it
fine.
once.
And then Pandita goes down.
And then yes, I went down and I crashed.
You were the only one. I'm pretty sure Killua was the only one who didn't get injured.
No, I got injured. I fell super hard on my butt.
Shoot! I just realized you have to.
Back.
Oh man, we decided to record at a bad time.
Why?
Uh-oh. Let's just continue this for as long as possible. He's got to go. He's got to go at 3. Well, basically on Monday he's returning to in-person school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to like tell that to the podcast. And well, he has to get a haircut because he can't look like a monster. Even though a haircut isn't really going to help in that department. And you know what I'm saying?
I have to go. I have to go.
Yeah, I figured that too.
Goodbye.
Do y'all want to postpone this again, or do you just want to do it between the two of us?
I mean, up to you.
Okay, bye.
Alright, so, let's just try between the two of us. This is gonna have to be heavily edited.
Yeah, it is. Like, heavily edited.
Because of, like, all of the times when we were just sitting there awkwardly, knowing nothing about...
Sheesh! I'm playing a game right now, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I could tell. I was like, what the... I thought you were screaming cheese, and I was like, what? So basically, okay, so back to the ankle breaking. So, the ankle breaking rated PG-13. And, well, I ride down, and there's a bush filled with flowers, so I crash into there. And, of course, I run. I get out of there because I don't want to get stung by bees. Little did I know that it was going to be worse than a bee sting. I actually now, I probably would have preferred to have gotten stung by a bee that was just in there rather than what happened next. Because then I was like, no, I'm not trying that again. And then I saw people riding down the hill, and I was like, I'll just try it one more time. Biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah, it pretty was.
Actually, no, second. Probably, yeah, I'd say it was the second biggest.
What was the first biggest?
It happened a year ago. As of, like, tomorrow. Actually, yeah, tomorrow will be the 1 year anniversary of my biggest mistake ever.
What was it?
Skipping school and getting caught. Skipping school is already pretty bad. Getting caught is even worse.
Yeah, because then you're literally grounded for eternity, so.
I got grounded for 2 weeks.
See, that's what I don't get. Like, if I skip school, I'd be grounded till death.
You're grounded for life. No, wait, no. 2 lives. And it's like, no. Just like, how are you gonna do that? I'm gonna do what North Korea does, and I'm gonna punish your child. What? Actually, have you heard of that rule? It's called the 3 generations rule in North Korea, where, like, if one person commits something bad, your children and grandchildren are condemned to also face charges, even if they're not born yet. Yeah, North Korea.
You committed bad.
You have committed a bad. So that means your children are going to have to face the bad.
You're wrongin'.
So then I rode down the mountain. And then basically there's a sidewalk, and then there's like a place in between 2 bushes. I fell into the bush. Like, no, not into the bush, but I fell off into in between bushes, and my ankle hits the concrete as I fall. All of a sudden, it hurts tremendously, and I'm not able to form words. I just, like, start screaming my lungs off. I just start screaming, and then, of course, your dad just, like, comes by, and he's like, wait, what happened? And then I just, like, I couldn't answer him. I legit couldn't stop screaming. And then everybody was like, oh my gosh, something happened, and I remember, I was just sitting there thinking, like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad. What if it's a broken bone? That's called foreshadowing. And then, like, we didn't know what to do, so then, like, I was just sitting there, and I was just screaming, of course. And then there was this woman, she just came over, she was a nurse, and she told us she was a nurse, and she just, like, said, you're gonna have to get that x-rayed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, after a while, she left, and, like, they carried us into the car, and I was just kind of crying the whole time. And then, like, actually, Turtle Boss, he's had experience with broken bones because he got a broken arm. If you remember.
No, it was a fractured elbow.
It was a fractured elbow. Yeah, he's had experience with those things, and he told me that was probably fine. So
one of those.
I hoped. So we get home, and then, well, I'm just sitting there for a bunch. My dad gets home, and then we just eat. And of course, after I eat, I'm just eating. I'm sitting at the table, like, I get crutches, I, like, make my way. I start eating. You guys were also there. And, like, having my foot dangling is not a good idea. Like, now it's okay, I can do it. But before, it was not a good idea to have my foot, like, down. I mean, technically, I'm supposed to keep it elevated. The doctor said I'm supposed to keep it elevated, which I just remembered now after, like, 2 weeks. So then, well, of course, I'm just eating, and it feels like a part of my, like, foot just popped off. Like, it feels like a pop. Like, you know, like bubbles? Like a bubble in, like, water, just like it pops. Yeah. Like, it looks kind of weird. Yeah, it felt like that happened, and then, well, you were there. You remember what happened next. Well, I screamed my lungs off again. It wasn't too nice. It wasn't nice at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. Yeah. So after that, we just, get back. We just, like, I just get upstairs into bed. And then my parents were like, well, we're just going to have to x-ray you tomorrow if it doesn't heal. They're like, you're probably fine. It's probably just a sprain. So then the next day we get to the hospital. The next day we get to the hospital, and then I get an x-ray. And then they say, okay, if we don't call you, you're fine. That is a really bad decision. That could have potentially cost me weeks of healing. And I'm not sure why they do that, but I guess it's just the pandemic. Well, because, like, I mean, like, there's people who literally need pandemic help. Like, I get it. Just that under normal circumstances, I'm just gonna warn that that's probably not a good idea under normal circumstances. Mm-hmm. So then, of course, we watch a movie, and then they never call. So the next day, they're like, okay, it's probably a sprain. My parents are like, okay, it's probably a sprain, so you're gonna have to start moving. So they get me into the tub, like, with water, because that's what healed me the last time I had a sprain. I just, like, was in water and just kept moving my foot. And then I was in there for around 30 minutes, and then my parents are like, oh, okay, I think you should get out now. And then, guess who decides to call? The doctors. oh, that's nice. What are the doctors gonna say? And then my mom comes into the room. Like, she's, like, talking to the doctor, and I could feel her voice get lower, and at that moment I was like, uh-oh, I'm not, this isn't good. Then she comes into the room, and then she's like, so, the doctor's just called. You have a fracture. And for the fifth the thing about fractures is that you're not supposed to move it. And guess what I had just done? I spent 30 minutes moving it. And then, well, of course, as you can tell, I have a pattern of breaking into mental breakdowns. So, yeah, that was my fifth and final mental breakdown. It was not fun, but... So I just spent, like, the next, like, 30 minutes just, like, screaming and crying. Because I felt, like, so scared. And they're like, hey, like, the doctor said it was pretty minor. You're gonna be fine. So then they're like, okay, we need to get you a cast today. So they get me a pink cast. And then the pink cast... After they get me a pink cast, well, we go to the doctors. They give me a pink cast. And they say, okay, so, we're just gonna... We'll wait, like, a couple, like, a week or two, and then we'll give you another cast. Like, the real cast. And so I'm like, okay, that's great. And, well, after 2 weeks, they give me the other cast. And then... my mom tells me, oh, do you want to know when they decided to schedule your cast being taken off? March 15th. And then I was like, oh, that's my dad's birthday. And because, yeah, me and my dad's birthday are like 2 days apart. My birthday's March 12th, his is March 15th. Dang. So then, like, I didn't even think about my birthday. I just thought, oh, that's sad. I'm gonna have to come for his birthday. And then my mom was like, that means that you're gonna have to spend your birthday like this. And then I was like, oh yeah, that too. So my mom tried to get it moved to, like, earlier so I could, like, not have to spend my birthday. And right now I have, and she was able to get it earlier to March 11th. The day right before my birthday, so I guess I am spending the rest of my kid days as a broken ankle boy. That's what I'm titling this episode, I guess. Broken ankle boy.
Alright.
You have any experience with this, like this? What was it like for Turtle Boss?
Well, he got really crazy spoiled. That's all I really know. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been, like, I've also been getting spoiled because, like, my parents are just, like, after eating, I can just go upstairs. So, like, okay, you don't have to clean up because, like, every day we have to clean up the table after eating, and then they're like, nah, you don't have to do that.
I don't really have any experience with that, because...
You know, you're lucky to not have any experience with that. And the thing is,
yeah,
even though it hurt like crazy, I'm still lucky. There are people who had it worse. Like the doctor said, oh yeah, no, you're literally fine. Like, you literally don't have, like... You don't have to get surgery. And I was like, wait, you have to get surgery for broken bones?
Yeah, at least you don't have to get surgery, because surgery sucks.
I was like, wait, you have to get surgery for a broken bone? What the heck? And then, like, actually, it was so minor that when they showed us the x-rays, they were like, you see that? They said to my mom, you see that? And then my mom later told me, I had no idea what they were talking about. It looked completely normal to me.
Oh, that's funny.
So, like, I guess we took that as a sign of how minor it is. Like, literally only doctors could see it. So that was pretty lucky.
Yeah. The only thing that, like... It just kind of, like, sucks that you can't move at all.
Yeah, like, I can't put my foot down. I can't put any pressure on it. I mean, there was a bit of an incident. I was trying to grab my iPod across the room, and then, well, you know, I kind of tripped. I almost tripped, and then my foot slightly pressed down on the floor. And then after that, it did not hurt immediately, but after a bit, it did start to hurt. And then I was just like, oh, this happened then. It honestly wasn't that big of a deal. It was fine after a while. Right now it just kind of hurts when I keep it in a position for too long, so I just kind of keep switching between putting it on my box thing that I rest my feet on and putting it on the floor. So yeah, I'd say I'm pretty lucky. I didn't have to get any surgery. It was pretty minor. Only doctors could notice it.
Yeah.
So I'd say I got pretty lucky with this thing. So, what made you decide to quit your YouTube channel?
Well, I don't like making videos, and
Oh yeah, I had a similar situation.
I just don't really like making videos. I like streaming more.
Yeah, streaming is more fun. It's more fun.
Because you get to interact with people live, and it's not.
Yeah, yeah. It's like great for pranks.
Yeah.
Not for pranks because sometimes it needs cutting and stuff or secret bases yeah. But for some things I'm just you could just talk to people. Of course, sometimes I'll say, "Hey, you guys come and chat," and then nobody comes and nobody uses the chat. Yeah, my past couple of Twitch streams I haven't had any chat at all. And I swear there's somebody who's either botting or doesn't have a Twitch account. Because they're always there. It always says that I have a viewer. Yet then I'll be okay, I'll see you guys later. And then I'll just be I'll put the we will be right back because there's a technical difficulty or I have to go eat or something, which has happened a couple of times when I decide to stream at 4 because I dumb. So, because I have to eat at 4:50, so I have to just leave it. I just have to leave the stream, and then when I come back, there's always that one viewer there, and I'm but they never comment, but they're always there, and I'm okay, so either two things could be happening. Well, actually, yeah, kind of. Two things could be happening. Either A, I have a stan. Or 2, they don't have a Twitch account, so that means they can't comment or follow or anything like that. Or 3, they're just botting. Yeah, I don't get it either. Although thanks for sticking around. It's much more condescending when you're the only one there when it says 0 viewers. So, that's great.
Yeah, it's just when it's 0 viewers, you really don't have to talk. You just
you just kind of have to sit there. That's why I put on the music. I recently started using Tommy in its playlist. He puts his playlist on public, the one he uses for his videos. Yeah. And then I just kind of got it, and then I got a modified version. I made myself a modified version because all of the songs on there were 30 minutes long, and I'm no, I just kind of want 3-minute video. So I'll just put a 3-minute video.
My favorite one is the one he's saying that one time where he sounded exactly like a trumpet.
Which one?
I don't know. If you've seen the clip, you'll know it. He was da, and he sounded exactly like I'm not even joking.
It sounded like a trumpet.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't think I've seen the clip. Actually, I think my favorite one from that playlist was the Able Sisters. Or, of course, my go-to, what's it called? We Shop channel theme. That's probably my favorite. But the Able Sisters is pretty good. It's the one that goes do-do-do, 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 do-do, or something like that. I have no idea how it goes. I have no idea how to replicate it. So, I haven't really told anyone this, but except for Maniac and my family, but I'm rebooting my channel.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, rebooting the channel. I've already unlisted most of my old videos. I've already I only have 10 or 12, 15 videos on there now. and I'm working currently on a video explaining all of that. So you guys might want to. So anyone listening, you might want to go check that out. Once it comes out, it will be on my channel. So you should, go check that out and maybe subscribe. And I'll be talking about that.
You should also follow my Twitch.
Yes, go follow his Twitch. Maniac doesn't get a shout out because he decided to go back to school on Monday and now he has to get a haircut.
Well, actually, I would rather prefer to go to school.
Actually, yeah. There's a lot of people from school I miss because I never got their Discords.
Mhm.
I never got their I mean, I have them on my phone, and I've tried texting them, but they just never respond. And I'm sad because of that.
Yeah.
I'm so sad we couldn't record on Valentine's Day because I had such a perfect idea. And that was, for the title called Broken Hearts and Bones, and I still think that was a really good title, but it'd be way too late now. It'd be way too late.
Really late.
Yeah, it'd be way too late. Unless you're still grieving because you got rejected. Then it wouldn't be late.
Oh.
But I guess it's... Yeah. One of the main reasons I'm quitting is because I just didn't find storytime fun. I tried it, and I just kept procrastinating, and then I was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. I can't sit there for for a bunch of hours doing the same thing over and over and over. Other than video games, you just can't replace Minecraft. That's all I play.
Yeah, at the beginning of playing Minecraft, I was kind of I don't really like this. This is boring after a while. It gets really, really boring after a while. And then after a few months of playing it, I'm like, sheesh, I want to play this every day.
Yeah, it's the only game I've consistently played. It's the only game I've consistently played every day.
I recently just got it on my computer, so. Actually, no, that was about a year ago.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Dang.
When quarantine started.
Yeah, around the time when quarantine started. Did you know, we're approaching... Darn it, I'm just we're approaching... Darn it, what were we approaching? I swear we were approaching a 1-year anniversary of something. I just can't...
AdventureCraft?
No. Well, actually, how old is AdventureCraft now? 2 years? AdventureCraft Season 1 is 2 years old now. No, AdventureCraft Season 1 is it's almost 2 years old now. It's AdventureCraft Season 1, the second anniversary is coming up in May. Season 2's anniversary is coming up. Well, actually, I think Season 2's anniversary was last month. And then, of course, Season 3's anniversary is in June. It was June. It's adventure I'm amazed at how far AdventureCraft has come since the beginning. Don't you remember when it was just me, Maniac, you, Turtleos, and Exian?
Mhm.
It was just the 5 of us, and then we're like,
yeah.
The reason we didn't accept members at first because it wasn't because AdventureCraft 1 and 2 was just it wasn't supposed to be like this, Season 3. It was just supposed to be me. It was just a private server for me, Exian, and Maniac. It was just supposed to be a private server for the 3 of us until you guys came along, and then we figured out that the only way we could play together was through the server, and then that happened. One thing led to another, and all of a sudden we're in a Season 3. And then a Season 3 has progressed.
Did you hear Soft Chicken made a server too?
Yeah, I'm still looking for the, original message of ET saying that. Because, well, we haven't officially released the statement, but 3 members got banned. 3.
Yeah.
3 members got banned about a week ago.
Sadly.
Yeah, Mushi,
Two of them were good friends of mine.
Yeah, Mushi we've been suspecting Mushi as the culprit who's been stealing, because there's been a recent crime spree and like people's stuff is getting stolen, like not indirectly through their shops but literally directly. Like somebody legit went into Soft Chicken's chests and then he stole it. And well, we think it was him. We still have no confirmation and we probably will never get any confirmation. But we banned him and there hasn't been any crime since, so we probably think it's him.
Yeah.
So then, well, what happened was that we just, like, we were going to plan, like, a festival, you know, like in the Dream SMP that one time when they, like, executed Tubbo at a festival.
Yeah.
We were going to do something similar to that, where we're going to confront him on stream, because it would be more exciting and, you know, content. And so we told Soft Chicken and everybody, and then we were like, hey, so we're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. Anyone want to help set up the party? Don't tell E.T. or Mushi. And then...
Why E.T.?
Because he was probably going to defend Mushi. And actually, we were right. And, well, Maniac isn't taking it too well.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's been pretty, like, according to Maniac, E.T.'s been acting pretty messed up right now. He's pretty toxic to him. And that's, you know, just, it's not good.
Yeah, because
they were really good friends, and now, like, actually, I remember before E.T., Maniac just kind of, like, he was always asking for someone to play with, like, back before the server started, he was always like, hey, you want to play Hypixel with me? You want to play Hypixel with me? And then I was like, no. And then he'd be like, oh. But nowadays, like, before the ban, he could just play with him whenever he wanted, and so, like, they spent a lot of time together playing on AdventureCraft and Hypixel. And I feel really bad. And the thing is, E.T. shouldn't have beef with Maniac. He should have beef with me. I was the one who banned him. I was the one who decided to ban him. And, well, the reason he got banned was, well... Alright, I'm gonna explain that right now. Basically, Soft Chicken then went on and accidentally, like... even Maniac agrees that it was not intentional. He did not tell him directly. But he indirectly told him. Like, he was trying to see if Maniac was in on it. And then he went, hey, Maniac, are you in the secret server against Mushi? And then he was like, no. And then he was like, no? Because he was, but he was hiding it, obviously. And then he kept talking about it. And then Maniac told us, like, bruh, he blew our cover. And then, well, they found out. And then I was like, bruh, you can't, why did you do that? And then he said, I don't know, just ban me or something. And then we had an argument about that. And then he said, just ban me. And then, well, yeah, we banned all 3 of them from the server. There was a giant fight.
Are they ever going to be unbanned?
I'm planning to unban Soft Chicken. Like,
When?
Well, not, like, unban him. I'm thinking of re-inviting him. Like, being like, hey, I don't think that was very fair what we did. I'm thinking of re-inviting you, so if you want to, you can rejoin. I don't have plans to re-invite Mushi nor E.T. Mostly because of how toxic E.T. has been, and also because it's still under suspicion whether Mushi did the crimes or not. So, as of right now, I don't have any plans to let them back in. And I don't think they want to have anything to do with the server. Because towards the end, they were like, yeah, no, let's leave the server. And then, well, you know, they created the new server. I think it was called Community Craft. E.T. released a video about it yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to join that server.
Yeah.
And quit it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm never going to quit AdventureCraft. It's just...
Like,
I have really fun times on there, you know?
Yeah, there's like 15 players. Like, we dropped down to like 13 players. And I was excited because I was like, let's go. We're finally going to reach our 20 players. We're going to get to 20 players. Let's go. And then that happened and I'm like, oh, we're only at 13 players. That really sucks. After all that work to try and get 20. Actually, I still need to investigate. I'm still thinking of inviting, what should we call him? Like, Suki? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still thinking of inviting him. It's just that I'm still a little bit salty about, well, I'm not gonna go too in depth with him because he's not
Yeah.
really.
Well, he didn't really mean it. He was just
I know. I just.
kind of a joke.
You know me. I can't really take those kinds of jokes.
Yeah. I've learned to take those because of my friends. They're kind of a bit,
Yeah.
sometimes a bit toxic.
Hmm. And then, well, basically, like a week ago, or like 2 weeks ago, my Emma,
Yeah.
she messaged me and said, "Hey, can my friend blah 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 join the group?" Um, I call her Emma because she told us that that isn't her real name, so I'm assuming that we can call her by that. I'm not sure about the person she was talking about, so and I have no idea what her username is, so yeah. But I still have yet to look into inviting them both. Because like AdventureCraft, it's pretty easy to get into AdventureCraft if you know the mods. If you know someone but you don't know the mods directly, it's a bit harder, but 9 out of 10 you'll get in. 9 out of 10 times you'll get in.
Yeah.
It's like you just have to do something.
By the way, I'm gonna have to go right now because my mom just called up.
Oof. All right. Well, that was a 36-minute podcast, I think.
That was good.
Yeah, I think we might have to continue it because it's just 36 minutes, but it could be fine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
See ya. Bye. Hello, everybody. It's the next day.
Yeah.
It's the next day. We're recording this 10:15 on the next day, February 27th. February 27th, yeah. We still need about like 20 minutes worth of footage because I'm going to try to make these 1 hour long from now on. Because like an hour is okay for a podcast. Oh, wait a second. Alright, sorry about that. I got interrupted. Alright, so what were we talking about exactly? I think we were talking about the broken legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have some news about Venturecraft Season 4. I just told you about it, but, basically, we're going to have an Earthworld that I found. I found an Earthworld download, and I managed to convince enough people to get the vote in the Earthworld's favor. 6-4, which means that now we're going to have an Earthworld for next season if everything goes to plan. Of course, we still have 4 people that need to vote, but as long as one more person votes yes, then we're fine. Then the worst we can do is a tie.
Well, I have not even voted, so.
Yes, let's go. Yeah, the worst we can do is a tie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty easy to say that yeah, we're gonna and if Turtle Boss can also vote, just you might want to get him to vote. Just saying. It's just yeah. So let's see. Also, I'm thinking of making like an anime opening for it, like just getting an anime song and just making it and just like animating an opening. And I already have the perfect song because some of the lyrics are really really good and they fit really well for the situation. I'll send you a link to it later, but to the song later, but
yeah, you can just send that to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later because well, yeah, I'll send it to you later. But oh wait a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that, but Maniac's coming in. Maniac's coming for the podcast, so viewers, prepare to get loud. You might want to turn down your microphone volume because we're calm. He's not. Because I mean, he's 9, so.
Sure.
We can be calm. He cannot. Like, one of these days, I swear, we're just gonna fight. We're just gonna, like, start fighting. Me and Maniac are just gonna start fighting, and then we're gonna have to cancel an entire episode because the entire recording's just us, like, fighting and bashing each other. And it's just a war zone while you're just, like, grabbing popcorn and eating it.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yesterday was very chaotic in the AdventureCraft server. I have no idea how many messages were sent, but, like, I think there was, like, a 2-hour-long argument in the chat. Between the people who were voting no towards the Earth world and the people who were voting yes, because we were trying to convince people. And the funny thing is, we were literally, Diamondo, Artmation, and Nidokura were all like, no. And then, Candy Cat, who is actually a very good supporter of the Earth world, is, she actually said, okay, would you rather have 1.17 cave generation or 1.16 but be able to go to Italy and build a civilization there? And then I showed a picture of Italy, and then Nidokura said 1.16, 1.16. And they were like, wait, did that convince you? And then he was like, yeah. And that was so funny. It was so easy to convince.
I would rather have cave generation.
Hello.
Oof.
Hi.
Yeah, because there's no guarantee that we can get on 1.4.
Can we record another episode?
Oh, we still got 20 minutes of this episode to record.
Record a completely different episode, like start a new recording.
Why?
Because I want to be in the podcast then. I had to go get a haircut because my dad forced me. So, yeah.
I mean, if Exaris can. If Killua can, sorry.
Yeah,
Killua.
I guess.
Alright, so 1 hour, 20 minutes, I guess. Alright, so, Maniac, so what we did during the last podcast episode is we were talking about the future of our channels and my rebooting and his,
Twitch only.
yeah, and your and Killua's switch to Twitch.
Same. I might be switching to Twitch.
Nintendo Twitch.
I mean, I'll upload an occasional video, just like, you know.
You should.
I think
you should do VODs.
what I'm planning.
Yeah, I could do VODs. I could do VODs. Yeah.
What I'm planning of doing.
Same.
What I'm planning on doing is like do what Tommy Innit does and just like my streams, just like cut them up and then just put them out, but like they're edited so they're only like 20 minutes long. And only keep in the most interesting parts.
Can we record another podcast?
Yeah, we still gotta finish this one though. We have about 15 minutes left.
Okay. So, what do you wanna talk about?
Alright, so what about the future of your channel, Maniac? We've talked about ours, but what about yours? Maniac?
What?
We've talked about the future of our channels. You should talk about the future of yours. Also, can you...
future of mine. I want to do what my favorite YouTuber is doing. Like, I want to do pretty much the same thing, except I want to mix it up with my own style.
Like, what do you mean by that?
What I mean is that, like, my favorite YouTuber does a thing where he records VODs. Well, he records streams and does VODs, kind of like Tommy Innit, but, and then they're, like, edited, and they're really cool, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well.
Yeah, that's what I want to do as well. I think that idea is really cool.
I think it's making the best of both platforms.
Yeah, so, stream on Twitch, upload on YouTube, yeah.
Honestly, my goal for having Twitch is, like, I had Twitch, and before I started streaming on Twitch, I didn't have any idea how Twitch worked.
Yeah, I had no idea how to stream or anything.
That was literally, like, that time I streamed was literally, like, my second time on Twitch.
Before Twitch, I didn't have,
like,
before Twitch, I didn't even have OBS.
Yeah, for example, I've been on Twitch before. I've been on Twitch like occasionally in the past year. Like I'd occasionally like get a link and I'd go to Twitch, but it wasn't until I started streaming the day before I started streaming when you streamed on Twitch that I really was like, okay, this is cool. I want to stream too. Another problem.
I'm the cool kid. I start all the trends.
You start all the trends. Yes, exactly. Starting,
Like the cool kid
starting trends is trends. Starting trends is like start trends.
Yeah.
Don't follow trends. Start.
I started the skateboard trend.
Killua is pretty much the one who. Wait.
Hello. He good?
Hello.
No, he just left the call.
Oh.
Wait, what?
He just left the call.
Bruh, I think his computer crashed.
Yeah, his computer crashed. That was weird.
I have no idea what happened. I think he might have gotten kicked off of his computer and then he just logged off.
What are you doing right now?
I'm just sitting here recording the podcast because that's all I do.
Oh,
that's
all
all
I do. I usually play a game. Like Skyblock, and I just talk and record the podcast. I try not to, because in the first episode of a podcast, I didn't really know. I mean, I knew what a podcast was. I knew the basic idea of it, but what I didn't know was that people. Well, I knew that people listen to it. I knew the basic idea, but like, if we laugh and do that, if we laugh and are really annoying, the podcast isn't good. And that's what I learned from the Cortex podcast. It has to be
it has to be calm. Like you can't just have annoying all the time.
Yeah, and we can't just be like beep 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 and doing like weird sounds and singing songs during the podcast. I try to be as calm as possible.
Yeah, well,
and
honestly,
a better experience. So it's like a better experience.
Oh, hello, Killua. Killua just joined.
Oh, Killua.
Oh, hello. Did your computer crash or something?
Yeah, I try to make it like.
To go.
Oh, you have to go.
All right, yeah. So bye. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye. All right. I think 15. Okay.
I guess we'll do the podcast ourselves.
Yeah, we still got 10 minutes. Sorry. The podcast itself is already 15 minutes long.
So yeah, that's what I think.
And the quality of the podcast is really improved. Like I remember during the first episode, you could hear fans. Like you were just like constantly just like screaming. It wasn't good. But now I feel like we've improved.
Now I feel like we're professional. Like, I feel like we're a professional podcast. Because I know that I try not to laugh. That may sound really bad, but if you think about it, if you laugh, it makes a high frequency sound. And, that makes it really hard to listen to. Yeah. Like, our first podcast, I tried listening to it, and it just...
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing, and I could hear, like, Killua's microphone constantly was recording the fan of the, of his computer, and, well, I just, like, that isn't a good, satisfying sound. And I can hear that,
because little thing about computers, he has a laptop, and in laptops, there's, like, a microphone fan. There's, like, a fan inbuilt in that's called... the CPU cooler, but in laptops, the CPU cooler is like
a lot louder,
really close to your
computer
headphone jack.
Yeah.
So it's like absorbing the sound from your CPU cooler, and that's what makes a fan sound.
Oh, all right.
Because the CPU cooler.
Yeah, I get it now.
It's basically, so the CPU cooler's job is that the CPU is working hard, and then the CPU cooler has a fan, and it tries to calm it. It tries to make it
It tries to like make it so it doesn't like heat up and like.
So it doesn't heat up, and if your computer's ever heated up, your CPU is working too hard, and so yeah, maybe like make it calm down, and
Yeah.
the CPU cooler is like, it's trying to make it calmer. Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
The CPU cooler is trying to make it like, without the CPU cooler, there's a high chance that your computer could just explode or like just give up on you. That's why CPU coolers were invented, so it could cool down your CPU.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I could tell that there's a lot of dangers. There's
yeah, that's
yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, that's a bit of computer.
There's
that's a bit of computer knowledge.
I can tell that there's a lot of dangers towards having
computer.
Towards not having the CPU cooler.
Yeah, the CPU cooler is like, it's very important, and well, people might think it's annoying because sometimes in the recordings you have to hear a fan.
Yeah.
But without that fan, you wouldn't have your computer at all.
But after
so
we gave,
it's better to just live with it.
Yeah.
Rather than.
But after we gave Killua his microphone, the microphone does a really good job at like not absorbing the sounds. So he was either using a laptop microphone or he was using a really bad microphone. But the microphone we gave him was pretty good, and I would totally recommend it. I would figure out the name, but I have no idea what it's called. But it's actually pretty cheap, around $30, I think. It changes.
It's pretty cheap, and it's pretty.
It's pretty cheap. Yeah, I've personally used it in streams, and it's pretty good.
I have another.
Yeah, it's the one I'm wearing right now.
I don't have that headphone thing. I don't have that, but I have a new headset. I have a new headset that I got for Christmas. It's not the same as what Pandita's trying to recommend, but it's really high quality. It's basically noise canceling headphones, and it's really high quality, and I totally recommend it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
I'll look it up. I'll look both of them up, and I'll let people.
We'll
and
put
I'll
the link in the description.
No, I'm not gonna put a link. I'm just gonna like search. I'm just gonna put a name on screen right now, and then I'll just like say like, hey, here's are the microphones. You can like look on Amazon. You should find them, because I don't really know where to get them. All I know is that they're on Amazon.
Yeah, they're on Amazon. That's what I usually use for if I want to like find something, or I obviously don't buy anything. But if I want to like find something, or like, example, if I found a new mouse, for example, like, let's take a random mouse like the Rocat K100, and I want to figure out the price for it.
Yeah.
I go on Amazon and search up the price.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. We're basically advertising Amazon.
I know. Well, I mean, Amazon doesn't really need advertising, does it?
Yeah, it's like the biggest company in the world, I think.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Well, not. Yeah, it is.
Well, actually, what were we gonna speak about? I just feel so fancy right now, just being calm and just talking as if people aren't listening to us.
I feel like I'm CGP Gray or Mike Hurley or something, or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, Mike Hurley on the Cortex podcast.
Yeah, Mike Hurley. I feel like I'm one of them, because the Cortex podcast, I totally recommend it. I love it, because it's so calm to listen to, and I liked the first episode, but the only problem I had was that, like, during the end of the podcast, they just kept talking. They just kept talking, like they were on their phones, and they were just talking about, they're just talking about like phone stuff and wallpapers and stuff, and they were just looking on their phones for half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's but yeah, I like it. I haven't seen the second episode of it, but
well,
sometimes I make like, sometimes I hear my favorite YouTubers and like I watch their videos, and sometimes it's sort of like a podcast to me. But in reality, they're just playing gameplay.
Yeah, they're just playing games in the background.
They're just playing games, but I like to think of it as like a podcast. But well, in reality, it's
honestly,
like
Cortex Podcast actually served as inspiration for this podcast.
Yeah.
That and just getting bored. Because one day we were just speaking, and then we were like, "Hey, what if we start a podcast?" And then we were all like, "Okay." And then we created the YouTube channel, and now here we are.
We are. The first 2 episodes, they were not professional at all. And I wouldn't recommend you listen to them because they're really bad.
I mean, that's probably what we're gonna
listen to them if you want, but if you want to hear
better podcast.
Kids screaming and laughing hard into their mics, then go for it, I guess.
It's not great.
You like that?
Yeah, it's not too great.
Yeah, it's not a good. This one though, I'd say is pretty good. I mean,
we're probably gonna look back on it and we're like, this isn't that great. And I mean, we're probably gonna do that in another 2 episodes at the end of the year, with our recording schedule. Am I right?
With our upload schedule, yeah.
The thing is, the problem with the upload schedule.
When should we record this again? By the way.
I don't know. Maybe next month. I think that this episode will count for the month of March, so I think we might record sometime in April. Because
I think this should be for the month of February. And then, but like on March we could, or maybe we could do like a birthday podcast.
Oh yeah, birthday podcast for my birthday.
For whenever it's your birthday in March.
My birthday, my birthday. That I think that actually me and Killua actually spoke about my birthday coming up and my cast and getting my cast removed the day before, March 11th. We actually talked about that at the beginning of the podcast when you had to leave to go get a haircut because you're returning to school in-person school on Monday.
Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned that in the podcast, but I don't think
I don't think you mentioned that on the podcast, really. I think you mentioned that on a Twitch. You mentioned that on a Twitch stream, but not on a podcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, I'm trying to in-person school, and in fact, I think I'm more happy. I'm really happy. Some people might be disappointed because they like being online and going to school in their pajamas. I don't know how like going to school using their own clothes.
Yeah.
Like, I have a private school. If you don't know what that is, just search it up, I guess.
Yeah.
But the basic idea is like a more privileged school that teaches you manners and stuff.
And religion.
That's the basic idea. But you can search it up on Google.
Religion. Well,
religion,
we've officially passed 1 hour, so I think it's about time to end the podcast. No, we have not.
We could record for more.
We have not been talking.
I'm having lots of fun recording this. To be honest with you.
Same, but we should. I'm trying to keep the episodes at 1 hour long. I'm trying to keep. If you want, we can record like another hour tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways.
When we end it, do you still want to be in the call?
No, I have to go run errands. All right. So, anyways.
Oof.
All right, thank you for coming to the podcast, Pamax podcast. I'm Pandita Rules.
Is it called Pamax podcast or the Pog?
It's called the Pogcast. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot. I can't believe I forgot. It's the Pogcast, not the Pamax podcast. It's called Pogcast. That's probably the most unoriginal name ever.
I mean, it is kind of original. If you think, naming yourself PewDiePie instead of PewDiePie is original, then sure.
Well.
That's original then.
Well,
I don't know why I had to bring that up.
I don't know. Anyways, well, I hope you enjoyed the Pamax podcast, this more calm recording. and tell us which one you like better.
Yeah, we're
Whether you like the
planning,
second one or the third one better.
Yeah,
I'm your host, Pandita Rules.
We're planning to make more of our podcasts like this because we realize that the first and second ones are really horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're not good at all. And if you want to watch all of it, I wouldn't recommend it.
All right, so I guess that's it for the podcast. I'm your host, Pandita Rules.
And I'm your co-host, Maniac.
And Killua, he's not here to address himself, though.
There.
Yeah. And Killua, he's not here to address himself, so I'm gonna address him. Make sure to go check out any one of us on our YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, check me out on
check out Maniac on his Twitch and Killua on his Twitch, and check my channel out on YouTube and Twitch because I have both, and I have plans to run both of them.
Yep. My IGN is, or my username is the Maniac Twitch. Yeah.
Mine is just Pandita Rules.
Go search that up, and it should be my YouTube.
I can put the link.
Profile picture.
I can put the link.
Yeah, just go to the link. I thought you weren't gonna put any links.
No.
So.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.